We're back. Fucking maniac fucking couple weeks, bro.
Interesting, yeah.
Like, just some of the craziest and dumbest shit. Like,
not even politics this time. Just local news.
well, I mean, yeah,
not even local news, but I mean, yeah. Shit's making the news cycle.
It's fucking local shenanigans. But before we get going, I want to introduce episode 2 of the Taco Diaries. And let's see what words of wisdom Uncle James has for us. So, here we go.
Happy Friday night, everyone. Cheers. Hope you're having a good night. Just got back from dinner at SR Boyle House here in Rockport, Texas. Thank you very much, Marissa, for taking care of us. I fully intend to go back and cover a lot of the old Taco Diaries that I've submitted. I've saved them. My intentions were to go in a chronological order of how we got to where we are today. But I saw something that caught my attention, and I gotta get it out there. I gotta get it out there. So here we go. Uncle James' thoughts. If you back into a parking spot, you are gay because you're backing that ass up. Nobody cares about that shit other than you. You look retarded, you look dumb, and you definitely look gay for backing that ass up. 2025, Taco Diaries, stop backing that ass up, you gay ass.
Oh, shit. That was good. Uncle James again with another banger. Oh, 2025.
I don't quite understand that. People backing in the parking spots, especially like Walmart or HEB, just random places like that. I can see the value in it in like the military with police.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's it. I don't get it anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. If anything, you're hamstringing yourself because you can't put your groceries in the bag. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. There's not a whole lot with reverse cameras nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't back into parking spaces hardly any. So unless I'm in a cop car or something like that, that's just the only times I'll ever do that. And that's just so I can get the hell out of there pretty quick. And if I got to get out there pretty quick, I want to be able to see a lot better. So, but other than that, I mean, that's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
I mean, so the White House was making fun of these senators that met with this wrongly deported man.
Met with him?
Yeah. So they went all the way to freaking Ecuador, bro.
Oh. Ecuador or El Salvador?
Oh, El Salvador, wherever the hell he's at. To meet up with MS-13 gang member Kilmar Obregor Garcia that the media has dubbed Maryland Dad or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's more of a... He's not only is he a criminal, but he's got family violence on his rap sheet. Like he beat the brakes out of his wife a couple times. Like it's not
Nice.
So yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And not only that, but he's been deemed unfit to stay in the United States by a few judges already. Like he had orders of removal by a couple judges. Like this ain't a mistake.
So what's the issue? What's the...
He was arrested with drugs and 2 MS-13 gang members. And now they're claiming that he is not an MS-13 gang member. Tattoos don't tell all the stories. And people can change. A tiger can change his stripes.
And tattoos can be removed.
Yeah, I mean, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but he's been labeled a high-ranking MS-13 member, and his rap sheet fucking certainly indicates any. But here we got these bleeding heart liberals, man, who love putting criminals back on the street for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, it makes no fucking sense. And the media that loves fucking selling this shit, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So this guy flew on probably taxpayer money all
I
the
can
way.
come up with a theory real quick.
Well, go ahead.
They want to make as many places as get the property value as low as possible so they can scoop the property and get rich. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's part of the you'll own nothing, and,
right? Yeah, so all the politicians and the super wealthy are going to own everything, and you're going to rent it from them.
You're going to rent it from them, so they want you to be subservient to the government.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they have their control. So
it'll work.
Which is why it works for them, yeah. Which is why they want to take away your Second Amendment rights.
I mean, there are plenty of people that already live like that anyway. I mean, you look at people in the big cities and the inner cities and stuff like that. They'll never own a thing, and they never have. Their families never have, ever.
Well, that's the thing.
I mean, ownership of property is.
Well, and depending on the district, and the history behind that district, it could be reclaimed by the city or state as a historical freaking landmark. At any point in time, without claiming immediate, eminent domain for any reason. There's properties here in this city that are subject to freaking historical freaking upkeep, and if you can't maintain those obligations, you fucking lose your property.
You forfeit the property.
I mean, there's some crazy ass clauses in some HOAs that could do that to people. I mean, it's I don't know. A lot of people subject themselves to that kind of stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of it's strange to me, but I mean, for the most part, we're about 20% living like that, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's it. But they really want to put the thumb down on you, and it's evident. I mean, why else would you want a freaking crazy ass gangbanger to be out in the streets? Why would you try to file an injunction to fucking return a flight full of crazy freaking MS-13 gang members? Why would you try and do that? Like, what's the purpose? Those people don't belong here. So,
criminal gang members with criminal history. They're here illegally anyway, and yeah.
The president of Salvador, what's his face? President Bukele. President Bukele. Yeah, he fucking flat out freaking destroyed a CNN reporter. Oh, okay, yeah, this will work. So check this one out.
I asked
¿Usted lo liberaría,
President
Presidente
Bukele? Can President Bukele weigh in on this? Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm suppose you're not suggesting that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right?
It's always
how can I smuggle? How can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
So you can release him inside El Salvador?
Yeah, but I'm not releasing. I mean, we're not very fond of releasing terrorists into our country. I mean, we just turned the murder capital of the world into the safest country of the Western Hemisphere, and you want us to go back into the releasing criminals so we can go back to being the murder capital of the world? No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, preposterous ain't the word for it.
Yeah,
he said the question is preposterous. That ain't the fucking.
Well, he's a polished world leader, so he's being civil. But I mean, the question is damn near treasonous.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
The question is treasonous. These people are treasonous. They're evil. They're treasonous, and they cannot be reasoned with. Like, why would you want this guy to be returned? What do you have to gain for that, other than sticking a finger in Donald Trump's eye?
Yeah, that's it.
Just a failure for Trump that they can exploit. These people would fucking burn this place down to rule over the ashes. It is the craziest shit. Why would you want this guy to go back? What do you have to gain?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want from this? I mean, this is the country we're living in. And and then all the stuff that Elon Musk discovered, and then you find out what the hell's actually going on. You're like, oh, this is why they're like that. I was like, well, because the Democratic Party and the government was subsidizing all these freaking news networks through subscription services.
Yeah.
So when you got Doge uncovering the fact that there were millions and millions of dollars in CNN subscriptions and some of these other subscription services being bought by the government for subscriptions that weren't being utilized by anybody, you're like, okay, well, that's how they're funneling money into these news organizations through the subscription service.
Which is, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, they're subsidizing them because we wondered for years, how was CNN still even around? Like, it should have collapsed.
Right, the viewership tanked.
Like, the viewership tanked so bad that you had YouTubers that are not even that famous.
Right.
They're rating way higher crowds than CNN in any show on CNN. Guys like Mark Dice. Mark Dice, one of his freaking shows, which is like, talking about like 10, 15 minutes, he'll make a 30-minute video. He doesn't make a lot of long format stuff. And his fucking shows were yielding way more, twice the amount of ratings as some of their highest ranked anchors that were doing all this nonsense. I mean, their viewership was like through the floor. Mm-hmm. And it's another thing when you see, when you look at several different parameters of where the liberal ecospaces exist, and then you actually see the numbers that are actually attending to these ecospaces, then you realize that there is no possible way in hell that 81 million of them showed up to vote.
Right.
When you get the president that won that 81 million vote election, he can barely get 10,000 likes on a post on X.
Right. Yeah.
Bro, you're not even breaching 100K. Like, you're not even viral. How did 81 million people knew to vote for you, but you can't get 20,000 people to freaking hit a heart on X on one of your freaking speeches or one of your things? Like what gives? You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just definitely raises questions. I'm not saying that they stole the election, but I'm saying that it's...
they stole the election.
I'm saying that...
I can say it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying it's certainly fucking all the evidence...
Yeah.
All of the circumstantial evidence, everything on the surface points
Especially
towards that.
The subsequent election.
Then the subsequent election, they're missing the exact amount of votes that would have carried them over. And it's the exact amount of votes that showed up at 3 a.m. during the fucking steal. Remember the spike in the middle of the night? Like in the middle of the morning?
Yeah. What is it, 4 million votes or something like that?
Like, I saw it live.
Yeah.
I stayed up all night. I watched this shit live. I saw them stop counting votes. And Donald Trump was ahead. Then all of a sudden, a straight up vertical climb. Pow! At 3 in the morning. It's insane. Nothing got investigated. But they put freaking 34 charges on this guy. They fucking found him liable for rape. They found him fucking all this other stuff just so they can get those sound bites. So they can say that he's a felon. Nah, he's a rapist. Nah, he's a fraudulent mobster or whatever the fuck. I'm like, dude, I don't get it. I don't get it. And with all that stuff that's come out, this should have been it should have been by now a tsunami of fucking court cases, which may very well actually be a tsunami of court cases. I just don't know about it because I'm not privy to any of that.
Right.
But I can't see the docket, But with all the pieces in place, there should be a long line of motherfuckers waiting to get defense attorneys, which coincidentally was the highest searched thing on Google in the Washington D.C. area as soon as the inauguration happened. Was people looking for defense attorneys? Yeah. And then fucking housing. Remember what happened to Zillow?
Yeah.
Like, houses went up for sale, like fucking bam, bam, bam. Everybody fucking jumping ship. Like people, all these fucking liberals just leaving D.C. because they know, they know what's coming. What's coming is a fucking scythe. You separate the wheat from the chaff. It's not gonna be pretty, and it hasn't been, and they keep freaking taking L's and they're not learning. They're not cultivating new candidates. They're not cultivating new ideas. Yeah. They're not cultivating any grassroots movements. As a matter of fact, they've gone further to the left to the point where now their two socialists are pretty much ahead of the party now. Bernie Sanders and freaking Alexandra Ocasio. Mm-hmm. So Big Tits McGee and fucking Bernie fucking Weekend at Bernie's, dude. Yeah. The fucking ghost of Dr. Kevorkian or whatever the fuck he is, that fucking dude. Those two are the ones that are fucking leading the charge. And you're like, well, haven't you guys fucking learned that none of this shit works? Like, where's your grassroots movement, man? Like, where's your trying to bring it back to the center? No, they went more woke. Yeah. And it's like, dude, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The empirical data shows that it does not work. This shit does not work. People don't like it. People don't want to fucking be manipulated like that. They see right through it. And as a matter of fact, it makes them more resilient to government stuff to the point where they'll put up with Trump's bullshit just to not have that shit. Right. And it's fucking bonkers, man. And what else fucking... So this idiot went all the way to fucking El Salvador, wherever. Fucking talked to this guy. And for no fucking reason, because he didn't get anything done. Oh, poor guy. Trump White House mocks Alberto Garcia. Provides more evidence of contempt for court. White House public response on Friday. Image of Kilmar, Alberto Garcia, Maryland father. The Trump sent to a notorious prison in El Salvador was to mock the I suspect he's going to show up in a variety of court pleadings. This is just some liberal bitch bitching about it. She wants this criminal back in the States. Well, that's Julia Conley from the website Common Dreams. Yeah, she's a communist. Mm. So that's left. This is being highly publicized by the left. Over 50% over here, biased distribution from Ground News. They also seem to love the other stuff. So then you got the Carmelo Anthony freaking thing. Yep. You had anything else going next?
Nope.
Carmelo Anthony, black kid that stabbed a white kid in a track meet. And at first it wasn't really anything about black or white. It was just a kid in the wrong seat got told to leave.
So the victim's name is Austin Metcalf.
Yeah, Austin Metcalf.
I do remember something that came out today about the Metcalf family. They got swatted.
They got swatted?
Mm-hmm. So somebody called out multiple shots fired at their residence and triggered the response of a SWAT team. Mm. Went to their house and secured the house like a SWAT team does. Yeah. So now they're being harassed by any rando on the internet with a phone.
Yeah, but they don't have $900,000, to move to a gated community, nope. And do all that because they don't have the Give Go campaign nonsense that Carmelo had for murdering.
Yeah. His family has gotten very wealthy off of this. They're getting into a $1 million mansion. They're either renting it or buying it. I thought they were renting it, but I don't know. It looks like they're buying it. New vehicle, a Cadillac Escalade, valued at around $500,000. So, or maybe $300,000. I'd be overstating it, but it's a fucking Cadillac Escalade. They're not cheap by any means.
No, it's It's all a bit much, man.
New clothes, new life. I mean, shit. This fucking family's set up. Even if the court system does sentence him to fucking murder, he's gonna get a light fucking sentence. Just because of how public this is now.
Yeah, he'll come out to millions.
Well, the judge ain't gonna want to cross the crowd. Just like fucking up north, Minnesota.
Yeah, Jeff
Fucking-
Chauvin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Same
in jail
shit.
right now for public opinion.
Yeah.
Because he didn't kill that man.
No. No. But he's been stabbed. He's been assaulted. He's been fucking... Life has been fucking ruined. His family's life has been fucking ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Because a man died in custody because of his own drug addiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no physical evidence really other than that vague fucking, well, I won't call it vague, but that video that shows him fucking kind of kneel hovering over
He's
this
hovering.
guy.
His knee is hovering over the
But
guy's
it's
neck.
he's not kneeling on this stuff. There's no compression
Really over his back.
over his, it was
Yeah.
like upper back more than anything.
I still find it
But-
amazing. The first medical examiner came back and was like, yeah, there's no...
Yeah, he
it's
didn't-
clearly an overdose.
Yeah.
No, we're going to get another medical exam. They paid the fucking second medical examiner. There's a private medical examiner. Oh, yeah, he died of a asphyxiation due to police activity.
Yeah. Yeah, they got
You ever
hit,
want to see an obvious buy-off?
bro, and then he got hit with 4 different counts of murder.
Mm-hmm. Did he?
Yeah, he got hit with murder 1, 2, and 3 in Minnesota, and
They can
he
do
got.
that?
You know, I didn't know that.
I didn't know they could do that.
I didn't know you can murder a guy 3 times, but he got hit with murder 1, 2, and 3, and he got hit with on the federal side. In case he got out, they hit him with a violation of 4th Amendment rights for seizure.
Seizure of life. Yeah.
Seizure of life.
That is the ultimate Fourth Amendment
So-
violation. Yeah.
So they and that charge is kind of like, because it has no statute of limitation, is hanging there. So even if he
So when he gets out,
even if he were to get out, that kicks in. So yeah, they threw that dude in jail for public opinion because black people were angry. And when you first look at the video, yeah, rightfully so, I could see people upset, but once the details come out, you have to be objective when the details come out. But black people, like Democrats, for the most part, will ride with their brand, ride or die, wrong or right, no matter what. And it's at least those kind of people, because I got plenty of black friends that just look at these people and go like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?"
I know
So-
plenty of black folks that don't adhere to this. They
No,
don't even-
it's not the majority either, but it's these people, the same ones that they were with the Michael Brown stuff, the hands up, don't shoot movement, and they went freaking crazy over that, and then the
and
facts
stuck with it.
then the facts of the case came out, and he tried to take that cop's gun, and he didn't put his hands up. He tried to fight that cop with his gun, and he hit that cop a bunch of times.
Cop lost his job.
Yep.
Cop had to move his entire family out of the area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but the cop probably had to change his damn name. His entire life was uprooted and ruined
Over one
over
event.
over a lie because the guy that was with
Over a
Michael
lie.
Brown lied about what happened.
Yeah. Not just lied, but continued to lie and lied to this day.
Mhm.
So it's and when you look at all of the forensic information, when you look at all of the body cam footage, you look at all that stuff, same shit. Trayvon Martin, same fucking shit. They put a picture of a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Trayvon Martin was well over 6 feet.
Yeah.
Zimmerman wasn't even white. He's Mexican.
Yeah.
But he was light-skinned enough where black people were like, "Ah, you're a white guy." And his last name is Zimmerman. You know,
Yeah.
he's a Mexican dude. And yes, Zimmerman probably overstepped his bounds by following freaking Trayvon Martin. But when his life was in danger, he utilized his weapon and ended that kid's life. But that kid was also high on lean. So
What's lean?
lean is promethazine with soda and Skittles. Purple. Soda.
Oh, purple. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
As soon as you said soda, and yeah, I got you. I know
Yeah.
what it is.
You mix it with Arizona tea or
Mhm.
or Sprite.
Yep.
And yeah. So he was
Cough syrup, essentially.
Cough syrup, yeah. I don't know if it's promethazine. Did I say that right?
I don't know if it's promethazine.
Yeah,
but I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
It's cough syrup.
Yeah.
Cough syrup mixed with soda. Or some kind of sugary drink. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
Can you get codeine over the counter?
no.
I don't think so. You can get you can get
There's small concentration
that has codeine in it.
There's concentration of codeine in a lot of different products. So I mean, but yeah, it's a mixture of codeine, cough syrup, soda, hard candy. You know, it gets mixed with a bunch of other shit. So, but that's what that kid was on. So, when you start looking at things, you know, you're like, okay, well, I mean, so then this kid sitting in the wrong tent. They told him to leave. He wouldn't leave.
The thing is, what was he doing in that tent?
I don't know. I think the weather was starting to come in or something like that, or like it was.
Did they all have tents? It's a track meet.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, he brought a knife to the fucking track meet, so who knows why he was in that tent. Clearly was to fucking murder somebody because that's what he ended up doing. So he's looking for a fight. He had to have been. Because if you're in the wrong place, a reasonable person, when they go into the wrong building or into a wrong area they're not supposed to be in, they get told they can't be there, they just leave.
Yeah.
That's what a reasonable, normal, rational human being does. But a person that's intent on committing a crime or committing murder or committing some kind of assault or representing something or whatever will do exactly what Carmelo Anthony did, which was fucking rear back with a knife and stab a person in the heart. I mean, he threatened these kids. He was like, well, you know, touch me and see what happens. Touch me and see what happens. But he wouldn't leave. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to touch you next because they fucking told you to leave. You won't fucking leave. They're going to make you leave. And they're going to touch you to do that because you're not moving. So, yeah. So, I mean, on hindsight, and what should happen from now on in any adversarial situation whatsoever when dealing with a person of that ilk, if you're dealing with a black person from now on, you should call police. That's what it's inducing. That's what it's inducing. A negative perception on the black race is setting people back fucking decades. It is a perception that is going to harm the black community beyond reproach. Because now for every negative, you can no longer argue with a black person in the street because you could get killed if you're a white guy. So now any kind of disagreement with a black person could end in murder of you. Call the cops. So now the cops get there, and now they got to go through the whole rigmarole and further oppress people, right? Because in the end, this is what it'll boil down to if it's unfounded. It's just people getting fucking hassled now.
Right.
Because of a culture that set things back. You know, and I think that's part of the goal. I think that's part of the agenda, to create so much division and so much fucking discontent and so much fucking hate between two freaking races of people that at some point somebody's going to have to go away somewhere because it cannot coexist. I've been saying it for fucking years. You've known me to say this for how many years now since we've known each other?
I'm not even counting anymore.
All roads lead to apartheid is what I keep saying. I
shake my head because you have a point, and that's a horrible road to go down.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's not all. It's horrible. It's fucking deplorable. But that's where it heads. That's where it's headed. Because at some point, one group of people will no longer be able to coexist with another, and somebody has to leave or go somewhere, so the rest of society can continue. I mean, it's the picture that they're painting, especially when you got guys like this fucking. They did a press conference.
Yeah.
They did a press conference. This kid didn't release a rap album. He didn't break state fucking athletic records.
Still getting paid like he did.
this dude not only is his family getting paid, and they're like, oh, disinformation because they didn't have access to the funds and yada, yada, yada. No, bullshit. And yes, there were a lot of scammers that try to raise funds on behalf of the family that were not authorized by anybody.
Right.
Those people have been dealt with for the most part. And of course, some will still pop up. But, so be careful. If you are donating, just be careful. If you're donating for any cause, just be careful.
Yeah.
So it's they did a fucking press conference, and the father of Mr. Metcalf, the father showed up to that press conference.
Yeah.
And instead of seeking solidarity with the father of the deceased, they kicked him out of the building. And then called his actions on showing up to that place disrespectful.
Yeah. The victim's father.
The victim's father.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to incite something by showing up. Motherfucker, the guy you're representing killed his son. There is no question about that.
Right.
Now there may be some disputed things when it comes to the legalese behind it. But one thing that is for sure that we know beyond reasonable doubt is that Carmelo killed that other kid.
Yep.
That's the allegation.
Yeah, it's not even in question.
That's not even in question. That is not in question. That's why he was charged so fucking quickly. That's why he was arrested on scene, in presence and view. Because everybody knew that it was not only that, but Carmelo said he did it.
Right.
So, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
So that's the thing. I found the article, CBS News. Dallas police showed up and Mr. Metcalf was asked to leave. And this is a quote. What we saw of the father being here is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Minister Dominique Alexander, president of NGAN. What the fuck is NGAN?
That's a new action, whatever group or whatever the hell. It's an activist group that he runs.
Next Generation Action Network.
Yeah. He's not a very bright person.
So how's it a disrespect to the dignity of his own son? What the fuck are you talking about?
He doesn't know how to talk either.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, he doesn't know how to talk. It's the entire time he's speaking, he's trying to be eloquent and trying to use words that he doesn't know what the meanings are. Yeah. So he's a fucking troll.
Yeah. Minister, of course, you're a fucking minister.
Yeah, he's a minister.
Dominique Alexander continued to say that Metcalf's appearance at the press conference was disrespectful and that he wasn't invited.
Yes.
Disrespectful to who? Because if you say he's on his own, that doesn't make any fucking sense. If you say it's disrespectful to his fucking family, he has every right to disrespect that fucking family. They killed his son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised he didn't show up with a fucking machine gun. Everybody would understand if that man wanted absolute blood retribution. You killed his son.
Yeah.
More quotes from this minister. He knows that it is inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it.
Right.
Actions speak louder than words. Alexander said that NGAN respects the loss of life, keeps their opinion close, and said it has not attacked the Metcalf family. Lie. That's bullshit. During the press conference, Alexander said that conservative operatives have been posting nonstop about this case.
Yeah,
of course, conservatives are the problem.
Yeah, conservatives that are reporting are the problem. So
he's blaming Metcalf's appearance at that conference on the conservative postings. I said Metcalf fell into the political operatives. End quote.
Yeah, because the grift that this Dominique...
It's such a fucking cop-out.
This Dominique dude is pushing is that Carmelo was fighting white supremacy. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to paint him as this hero against white supremacy. And it's gained a lot of traction from some of the lesser intelligent people. And they follow this shit blindly. And they're like, oh my God, yes, it's true. There's so much oppression. I was like, look, If there was that much oppression, Dominique wouldn't have been able to get a word in on that press conference.
Right. He wouldn't be doing the representation that he's doing. He wouldn't be a lawyer or a minister.
He's not a lawyer. He's a criminal with a long-ass rap sheet.
Is he?
For assault and all kinds of other shit. He's a piece of shit. Trash. He is trash. There is a special place in hell with his name on it, waiting for him. He'll be sitting right next to Reverend Jesse Jackson and some of it. Well, not even right next to him, because I respect Jesse Jackson a lot more than I respect this guy. So, at least I can point out the good things that Jesse Jackson's done. Because that's a fact. He may be a grifter, but he's done some things.
Right. Yeah.
He's done some things. I can point out of those things. But
Damn it, the only
this
Dominic
dude,
Alexander I'm finding is a football player.
nah, Dominique Alexander, freaking activist. Go on fucking ChatGPT or fucking Grok. It comes right up. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
There we go. Activist minister aiding teen killer Carmelo Anthony has his own lengthy rap sheet.
Mm-hmm.
This is from New York Post.
Preach.
Activist representing accused. I'm not gonna read their whole shit. I'll sum it up.
Yeah, just tell me the charges. What does his CCH look like?
Child abuse,
Imagine
domestic
that.
violence,
Imagine that.
a conviction on child abuse, and allegations of domestic violence.
2017, right?
And 2009, he was arrested for shaking and hitting a 2-year-old of his then girlfriend with an object.
Yeah.
That's 2009. Was convicted of the charges in 2011. Ads. Goddamn fucking pop-ups. Convicted of the charges in 2011, receiving 2 years probation.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but here is here's the favor that's cashing in. So he got 2 years probation, but now he's the head of this organization that's funneling in millions of dollars for God knows who. Probably whoever facilitated him his probation. You know, everything is a grift. Everything is a fucking scam or fucking something.
He was sentenced to 2 years
Told you.
in prison.
This
For
is
multiple
just
violations of that probation. So, probation violations is what got him in prison.
Yeah, this is just the other day. This dude was in prison just the other day.
Infractions of traveling out of state. Yep, that'll violate your probation. Died of felony forgery charges in 2013. 2017, he was arrested for felony theft. Property between $2,500 and $3,000. This is the valuation ladder for felony theft. Possible sentence 20 years in prison due to his previous forgery conviction. 2019, felony assault charges. And a domestic violence case stemming from his actions against a girlfriend. But he's still with that broad? She's stuck with him? Good God.
Yeah, probably freaking under threat of freaking death or bodily injury. So
accused of pushing, choking, and headbutting her during several altercations.
Yeah.
But the mother of two decided against proceeding with the trial. Fucking dipshit.
Well, I mean, victims or family violence, however they are, you know, it happens.
So yeah, he has no degree of any kind.
No.
But he's a minister. I wonder if he made himself minister. Is this a self-claimed title?
Probably, like, he probably took a little online course or something like that.
Some
And
fucking
just
certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's,
This is what people-powered justice looks like. Which is why people-powered justice is what is built against with an actual justice system. You don't have the people controlling the justice system. Because people are finicky. And crazy. Especially with the mob shit. Yeah. You're not supposed to be able to intimidate a judge with mob action. But you can. Minnesota.
yeah. Well, hell, they intimidated the police. They abandoned their fucking police headquarters with all the evidence in it. They left an entire police precinct.
Here's a little bit on the news conference. He's going to do so, father of a slain teen, much to the dismay of the minister activist. Anyone who truly knows me understands how hard today's press conference was for me, says Alexander. I was deeply upset by the fact that the father would do what he did. It showed his true colors and proved that while We were working to handle the situation appropriately. He was undermining the process. This is not an act of mourning. It was a deliberate distraction. Fucking ads. God damn it. It was a deliberate distraction, an intentional disruption of an important moment. I don't care what anyone says. He had no right to be there. He had every right to shoot you in the fucking face. Much less be at your goddamn conference.
Yeah.
This shit's fucking irritating.
He's a piece of shit.
Anthony and his family have faced intensified scrutiny after it was revealed they are now renting a $900,000 home in a gated community and bought a new car despite requesting a judge to lower his $1 million bond because of financial difficulties. Yeah. That's where a lot of the controversy is coming from, too. Oh, we got financially to lower the bond and get him out of jail. And then $1 million house, $500,000 car.
Yeah.
So you had plenty of money to get this fucker out of jail with the $1 million bond, but you just didn't want to pay it.
They wanted to pocket it.
Yep.
As much of it as possible.
And they did.
And they did.
Judge lowered the bond.
Yeah. And then the judge is black. So now you see that you're seeing what is being created here, right?
It's a precedent.
You know, what's being created. It's Obama's dream.
So if you're black and you kill a white person and it goes public, not only are you probably not going to go do any time in prison, you're going to get paid.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing the same thing in South Africa. Maybe they're not making that much money in South Africa, but they're killing freaking white folks left and right and taking their property and doing all that stuff. That's exactly what they want to see done here. And
I think I'm going to leave this country for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I mean, this is what I replied to him.
Oh, shit.
That Dominique dude on his.
Oh, you're talking to this fucker?
I'm not talking to him.
Okay, what'd you reply? Okay. Let's see what he wrote first.
It's already pulled up.
I know. I was seeing what his post was, what you're replying to.
Oh, to the press conference.
After watching your press conference, I feel it's safe to say that you are one of the biggest pieces of trash that this country has ever produced. Your feeble attempt at deflecting, projecting, and circle talk while trying your best to be eloquent came off exactly as it should have, disingenuous. The then later attempt to push the racial angle on this case was appalling. And then when you went so far as to vilify the father of the deceased, that was insane. Hell has a spot reserved with your name on it. False idol. Life will take care of you. I do not wish you any harm, but it has been my experience that people like you have a slow, agonizing ending. Yeah, eloquent.
Yeah, it's...
I like it.
What he's doing is evil.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
It's satanic. This is insane. It is literally the heart of darkness. This is fucking insane. Like, this stuff doesn't fly, and it's an affront to everything and anything that is good and dignified. And he is forcing a race of people down a path that they don't want to go down. Because you talk to any fucking black guy on the fucking street, or black woman, or black anybody on the street, they do not agree with this fucking idiot.
Right.
But the media, which I already established previously in this podcast, that was being subsidized by the U.S. government and freaking operators from Act Blue and all these freaking charities, they're subsidizing the liberal media. They're dragging the black race down this fucking path. The same path that was set in stone and in writing by Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Yep. I know we've talked about that before.
Because you can say that his quote of
how much Lyndon Baines Johnson wanted to.
I'll have freaking all these N-words freaking voting black for the next 200 years. Right. You can argue that was never even said. But what you can't argue is when he was advocating for the beginnings of the welfare state,
Right.
which is an actual recorded conversation that is in stone and is in the Congress, in the libraries of Congress, when he said, "You give them a little bit, you give the Negro." He called him like that. You give the Negro just a little bit, and they will follow you. Blah blah blah. And it's basically trying to get you guys, trying to get the black race subservient to the government. The Democrat Party has never changed its stripes.
No, they've been the party of oppression since their inception.
They've been the party of oppression since the very beginning. We fought a war over it.
Where a lot of people
Hundreds
twist that
of thousands of people died to fucking free the oppressed. Democrats were given a space in this country after the war, and they have become the same thing. They've been pushing the same agenda ever since. It has not changed. The time that it came close to being changed, they killed their guy. When it was starting to look in a different direction, the head honcho for that group got assassinated by what now is public information that the U.S. government murdered JFK. This has been released already. These files are out.
And Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King and all of the people that were trying to change the direction, the original racist direction of the Democrat Party, were assassinated. The proof is out there. It's right there in front of you guys. They're pushing a race war, and all roads lead to an apartheid state where black people and other brown people are going to be subjugated and pushed away or pushed and put in an area. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Well, I mean, how they're going to do it is exactly what we've been talking about. Exactly what you've been saying. This pieces of shit like this guy, this fucking Minister Alexander. That's how they're gonna fucking do it. It's through motherfuckers like him.
I'm talking about the execution phase of it, like how are you gonna physically move people, you know?
I got you. But, I
mean, this
guy is a fucking gateway.
Yeah, but guys like this Dominic freaking garbage dude, who has no business freaking speaking in public, has no business freaking doing anything like that, and is pushing the immorality of this case. I don't know, man. Like it is infuriating. Because the thing is that you can rah you want on your side of the hill, but now this is a game. Like you're talking shit to the father of the deceased.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you didn't dunk on him. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you beat him in overtime. You know, this ain't. You see what I'm saying? This ain't street ball. You didn't cross him over out of his shoes.
This is the first time I've ever seen something like this, where like the sentiment is completely reversed.
Completely on its head.
They have there's total sentiment for this murderer, and absolute disregard for the murdered and his family.
Yeah.
The man can go to any fucking press conference he wants. You're in a public fucking space. Fuck you. They called Dallas police to get the guy out of there. Luckily, he's a law-abiding citizen. He just did what the cops asked him to do. Let him disregard what the fucking cops are saying. Now it's going to become a fucking issue. Because the cops are going to have to fight this guy. And he's a father of a dead kid. Of a murdered kid. Absolutely bananas. People always say, like, oh, what the fuck is this world coming to? It really is fucking getting bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'll never understand it. So then these people start throwing comparisons, especially this Dominic dude threw so much shit at Kyle Rittenhouse in that fucking in that press conference.
What the fuck did Kyle Rittenhouse have to do with this shit?
He's a piece of this dude is a piece of shit. You can't rule anything out. When a garbage human being he should carry a plant around to replace the oxygen that he consumes. When a piece of human excrement like that just walks around and speaks, that's the kind of crap you should expect. Just straight up dog shit. So he even not only did he bring up Kyle Rittenhouse, but he also lied about what Kyle Rittenhouse did. Like he said he shot 3 people in the back, and I'm like, no, he did not.
He shot one of them in the face.
That's like he did not shoot 3 people in the back. I was like, as a matter of fact, he freaking moved out of the area of
He was
threat.
trying to run.
He was trying to get away from the threat and ended up being assaulted.
He knows there's
So-
video of it, right?
There's video of this. This is it. That's why I say
The entire incident was recorded.
this is going to be our first shirt. Our first shirt is going to be the left doesn't have internet.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, fuck it.
The left has no
come up with a design.
the left has no internet.
I think
That-
you draw better than I do.
I maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure, but I was like, the left has no internet because this is this video of this.
I'm gonna have Grok do it.
You know, I don't. It shot 3 people in the face. You know, shot 3 people in the back. I was like, no, he shot a dude in the stomach. I think it was. He shot one in the bicep and one in the face.
Yeah.
And
The guy who shot in the bicep was testified at his trial.
he pulled a gun on him,
Yeah, he pulled a gun on him.
and he wasn't allowed to carry one. He's a
One
fucking.
of the guys was a fucking pedophile.
The guy with the gun is a felon.
Yeah.
He wasn't allowed to have a gun, but he had one that day. And he pulled it on Kyle Rittenhouse. And fucking Rittenhouse took his fucking bicep clean off
Yeah.
with his AR. So it's crazy. Which was just fucking crazy is that fucking a while later he tried to fucking, he was doing the suing. And that same dude got ran over by a fucking car. Got hit crossing an intersection in fucking Wisconsin or whatever. Got hit by a fucking minivan. It's fucking hilarious. But in any case, I mean, it's insane that you would bring that up because it's apples and oranges. Like these cases aren't even remotely alike. Same thing with bringing up Daniel Penny, the Marine dude in the subway
Oh, yeah.
in New York.
Yeah.
That choked out this
Yep,
dude.
I remember.
It's not the same. It's not the same. And they're like, oh well, they secured millions of dollars in donations for their legal funds, and I'm like, well, they did, but I don't think they bought houses with it or Jordans. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not quite understanding. I'm not quite understanding what they're referring to some of this stuff. Like he'll bring it up, and I'm like, to what end? Like, what are you doing? So, like, one thing has very little to do with the other. Yeah, I think what they're actually doing is fucking tampering with jury.
Possibly putting all this, putting this garbage out here this early. Yeah, by the time a jury trial comes around, jury selection comes up, you're gonna have nothing but a tainted pool.
That's if they don't plead out. They don't plead out, which is
Right.
probably the best deal that Carmelo could possibly get is a plea deal. Take fucking take adult incarceration out of the sentencing, and that'll leave him with maybe a couple years in juvie and the next 10, 15 years in probation. And
Which would be a fucking travesty of justice.
he'll be able to go to college and
cold-blooded
continue his
murder.
life.
Cold-blooded murder.
Yep. It's yeah, but that's pretty much what I'm looking at. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll plea out, and that'll be the end of that. But in the meantime, you got this fucking asshole preaching all kinds of shit. I don't get it. What are you doing? Did you make the logo?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, but like I don't get it, man.
I didn't produce anything I was really happy with, but yeah, that's what I was doing.
Oh, okay. Well, so then to kind of wrap things up in a funnier note.
Oh, I got more.
Oh, you got more? What you got?
For one, you had a fucking shooting in Florida State University.
Yes, the Florida State shooter, black guy.
2 shooters.
Oh, was it 2? It ended up being 2.
One of them was the son of a deputy.
Oh no! I'm thinking about there's another shooting.
I think it was in Dallas.
The Dallas one was a black kid.
I think you're talking about the one in Dallas. Hold on.
Yeah, the one in Dallas was a black kid, and he got assisted by somebody.
When was this? 4 hours ago. 6 officers, deputies named an officer involved shooting. No. It was a school, right? Or was it something else?
It was a Dallas school. So he came to school. Somebody opened a door for him, and he went in there and opened fire on some people.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah, that was a couple days ago. I think FSC was the same day, actually. The same day as the Dallas shooting. Maybe not. Maybe it was like yesterday. Or today. I don't know. Trying to look for something. 2 killed, 6 injured.
Right.
Florida State, Tallahassee. But yeah, from what I heard about this, one of the kids, like, there was an emergency, like a practice emergency thing going on in the area at the same time. And what they're thinking is, like, because one of these guys was a fucking son of a deputy, he knew about it. So they planned it to coincide with the emergency drill, to whereas people wouldn't fucking call in gunshots.
He used his mom's service weapon.
Or his dad's.
No, I didn't think he had a dad.
Let me look at that. You might be right. Probably mom. They learned a sheriff's deputy is suspect stepmother.
Yeah.
Stepmother. Birth parents had been engaged in years-long custody dispute. It doesn't matter. Sheriff's deputy's been in the agency for 18 years. Oh, fuck. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, her son had access to one of her weapons, the sheriff said. Alleged shooter was a long-standing member of the Leon County Sheriff's Office Citizen Youth Advisory Council and engaged in a number of their training programs. He had been steeped in the Leon County Sheriff's family, like the Sheriff's Office family. So the kids, like, pretty much grew up in the Sheriff's Office. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been there before. He knows everybody at the SO. Damn, that sucks. It'd be like one of your own cops doing a mass shooting. Like, Jesus.
I mean, we've had them fucking lead other cops in high-speed pursuits. If you know, you know. And then call dispatch and tell them to fucking wave off.
Thanks, I was there that night. I had to deal with that entire
I was your sergeant.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I'm the one that called you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shit night too.
Oh, fuck.
I had a rookie with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
I had to explain everything to him. Look, man, this is wild.
Yeah. This never happens.
I ain't seen no shit like this. That motherfucker was drunk too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It just keeps getting worse.
Sorry I derailed you, but it's just kind of...
I brought back memories, dude. This son of a bitch comes to me, hey, don't patrol around that area tonight. Bitch, my camera's still on.
Oh,
you
man.
Fucking idiot. Alright, so about 12, 15 shots. Yeah, there were 2 of them involved. One of them was the stepson of a sheriff. Yeah. 2 people dead. About 5 or 6 injured, what is that? Something like that. But yeah, the Dallas school shooting. The one you're talking about. Teen suspect arrested to charge aggravated assault 2 days ago. Aggravated assault, mass shooting.
I don't know if you actually...
17-year-old Tracy Hines Jr. turned himself in and is charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault in a mass shooting at Wilmer Hutchins High School.
Made a video, too.
Did he? What a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Surveillance video shows he was let into the school through an unsecured door before opening fire on a group of students. That sentence doesn't make sense. He was let into the school through an unsecured... So the door was secure. Somebody opened it for him.
Which made the door unsecure, sir. I know my grammaticals.
These 4 students were injured.
That's what. So an editor approved this.
Yeah.
Just so you know, this.
It's a secured door that somebody opened for him.
I was like, so is there? It reminds me of that scene on fucking Full Metal Jacket. I was like, with a regular NVA versus is there an irregular?
Yeah.
Just call them NVA.
Yeah, the irregular NVA were the Viet Cong.
Yeah, the Viet Cong. Is there an irregular?
Irregular.
Just call it NVA. Like an editor in chief can actually, somebody went through this.
This is from Fox 4. I guess they broadcast out of Dallas.
Yeah, there's dumb people in
KDFW.
every single.
Yeah, that's Dallas Fort Worth.
There's dumb people in every single newsroom.
Fox 4 News. Fuck you guys.
Anyway,
they
don't even have Grammarly. which would have picked up on that and been like, oh, it's a fucking double negative. Bro, you should
Let in through an unsecured door.
I was like, it's a redundancy.
Fucking moron. Yeah, 4 students were injured. Doesn't say anything about deaths.
No, I don't think he
3
killed
were-
anybody.
3 were said to be non-life threatening, and 1 is in
But
serious
the
condition.
reason he's not rich is because he only injured black people.
Did he?
Yeah.
I doubt
So-
that's going to be in here.
But that's why it's not, because they're all black.
They quoted the penal code in this fucking. This editor needs to be fired. Like, it's a legit. It's like a copy paste of the penal code. Texas Penal Code 22.02. Yeah, it's assault. Penal code. Yeah, everybody knows code 22.
We've read the same
It's assault.
article. We've read the same article. I
Did
read
we?
that article.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Penal Code 22.02B for aggravated assault, mass shooting. Yeah.
It's like,
Fucking. Who the fuck wrote this? At the conclusion of my review, and based on the totality of the circumstances of tracing and committed the offense. Oh my god, it's directly from the report. Okay.
yeah, if FOIA, copy paste, plagiarism.
Yeah.
Just fucking plagiarism without quoting, without.
Dickhead. Better
Now,
pay me for this.
check
Pay
and
the
see.
cop for this fucking
Check
article.
and see if the sources are named at the bottom of the article. Because if he doesn't freaking list the sources on there, then he fucking flat out plagiarism in an article. Without,
Information in this article comes from an arrest affidavit.
there we go. So,
Dallas
now-
police and school officials.
so the only reason he knows about the penal code is because the penal code was
It was
on the
quoted by
affidavit.
the cop.
It was on the
In
affidavit.
the arrest affidavit, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
It'd be what the PC affidavit.
yeah. What a lazy fucking.
Yeah, motherfucker, you better pay the cop for this
Lazy
article, you dickhead. Did your job for you.
So a cop wrote that article and didn't get paid for it.
Haynes is being held in Dallas County Jail, $600,000 bond, $150,000 per count. Okay.
Yeah, he injured several people. Then he got in his car, and his homie was presumably the same one that let him in through the door, was filming, and he was just basically saying goodbye to everybody because this was going to be the last. He was like, I'm not suicidal, but this is probably the last time you're going to see me out there, out and about, and these people try to kill me, and the police weren't doing nothing, and the school wasn't doing nothing, and all this other stuff. So they just a bunch of blame game. Cockamamie bullshit from another freaking wild freaking teen with no direction. Got his hands on a gun, God knows how, and just fucking went and put in work at the school. It's fucking crazy. But
All the victims were male.
he went to a specific group of people and opened fire on them.
That's what it looks like.
So
Victims between the ages of 14 and 18 years old.
gang related.
17-year-old male student, Dallas ISD, saying it wasn't a failure of their facilities. And yeah, it wasn't. Not a failure of our staff or of our protocols or of the machinery that we have. True. It's not. Because somebody
No.
opened the fucking door for him.
No, you're crazy wild ass black kids in your school.
Kids just running out, all of them, hundreds running out. Yeah.
That are recipients of this crazy ass agenda. They are the direct result, the direct reflection of their leadership,
And,
direct
and the
reflection,
victims.
and the victims, sadly, of a lot of the violence. This whole thing has been perpetrated on purpose by a fucking bad group of people, and these are the results. You get these kids; they have no idea why they're doing this.
That's pretty much all the articles got. I read all the highlights. Yeah, Jesus. But yeah, the shooting at FSU was 2 people. Two assailants. The one in Dallas was one assailant as a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
So-
video of that dude shooting the FSU one. You barely see him. He looks like a little Lego guy.
And like I said, they coordinated that with an emergency drill.
Yeah.
So that,
I'm just sick of bad cameras, dude.
yeah,
Like-
potato ass fucking camera.
Like these fucking cameras, man. It looks like you're looking at Minecraft, and it's all these fucking
People keep saying it's like we
It's
look at the
like-
fucking rings of Saturn in high definition detail,
Yeah.
and we can't see a motherfucker breaking into a bank, but the
I-
camera's 5 feet away from him.
like I put a freaking release. They got taken down on one of my cases a while back. It's like I'm looking. The prime suspect is clearly made out of Legos. Because it's just like this square, pixelated freaking dude with a pixelated hat that stole a bunch of shit. Now, like, so clearly, this Lego person walked in here and stole a bunch of shit, and that's all I got from the cameras. I looked at the picture and I put it next to the release, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not releasing that." And I'm like, "But look at it. How am I going to ask the community to help identify this guy? It's a Lego dude.
Yeah.
It don't look like anybody. It's a bunch of squares, dude." I'm like, I was like, maybe if you hold it like 30 feet away from you, you can kind of see some features of something. But I mean, it's horrible cameras, dude. But oh well. And that's pretty much what it is. It's like a little purple Lego, and then you see some smoke. It's just like you barely see that he's holding a gun. It's fucking crazy. But they're like, and I clicked on it like a fucking idiot. I'm like, "Oh, here's a video of the guy shooting FSU." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to see this shit. What the hell is this guy doing?" And I'm like, "Oh man." I said, "Did they censor it?" And I was like, "No, it's not censored. It's just shitty fucking footage. Censored itself." So, oh well. But it's a historical freaking week for women.
Got to fly a penis into space.
Yeah, 6 fucking dumbasses hopped on a penis rocket, and
Massive phallic tube. Yeah.
yeah, and then the head fucking got decapitated from the shaft, and
Or it ejaculated. And
I mean, that could have been that. Maybe. I don't know.
representatively, anyway.
I don't know. The mushroom tip, which very much looks like a mushroom tip, separated
I
from
don't
the
know why
shaft.
the fuck he designed his rockets like that.
That has to be on purpose, bro.
So look at Elon's rockets. They look like fucking missiles. They look like rockets. They look like normal shit with like fins and fucking stabilizers and shit. Not Bezos's. Nah, his looks like dicks. All of them have.
Yeah.
Why? There's got to be some drag created by that fucking mushroom head. You know what I'm
And
saying?
some satisfaction.
I'm not a physicist.
And some satisfaction by the Marine that designed it.
Listen, are you being legit right now?
Because it clearly has to be a fucking former 0311 that got out
Dicks everywhere.
uses post 9/11 GI Bill and is now a freaking rocket designer for Jeff Bezos, and all he does is penises. And I mean, because I mean, there's no other explanation. I mean, we can go on. I guess you can go on one of the many AI platforms and find out who the hell designs freaking Jeff Bezos' rockets. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a fucking Marine Corps guy. You know?
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, I'd put 2 engines to the left and the right, but I can't make them into circles. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be something retarded like that.
Spherical shaped engines.
But it's literally the plot from fucking Austin Powers, man. Like, it's that scene from Austin Powers when fucking the Dr. Evil fucking sends this penis fucking rocket, and they're going through that montage like, what the hell is that? And I was like, Wang, pay attention. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. Willie, have you seen it?
No.
You have not seen? Holy fuck, man. God, how do you not? Jesus. You've never seen Austin Powers?
Why do you keep getting upset about this shit?
Because you don't know shit. It's like these fucking...
It's like I missed some part of the culture.
You don't know useless shit. Like, it's like all this
I don't
useless
want any
shit.
useless shit.
No,
it's
this
just
is like
different useless
just
shit.
like a period of time of useless shit that you, like, don't know. And it's insane to me.
I didn't watch Austin Powers. You know me in stupid comedies. I don't watch them.
You watch horror movies. They're retarded, too.
At least they make me laugh.
Horror movies?
Yeah. Hilarious. Have you seen what's come out recently?
God damn it. All right, let me see.
Absolutely entertaining. But dumbass comedies, like anything
I
with Will
fucking
Ferrell,
knew it, too,
If
'cause
you
I-
mention a fucking movie with Will Ferrell in it, I guarantee you I haven't seen it. I know Will Ferrell's not in fucking Austin Powers. Don't get me started.
He is.
Will Ferrell? Is he?
Yeah,
Never seen it.
yeah. He's not on a major role, but he does fucking take a fucking tumble somewhere and breaks his legs.
Mm.
And yeah,
Who was that in Austin Powers? Mike Myers?
Mike Myers.
Yeah. Haven't seen it. any of them. I know there are multiple movies. None of them.
All right, let's see if I bring it up. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Colonel, you better take a look at this radar.
Cox.
yeah,
What is it, son? I don't know, sir. But it looks like a giant dick.
Yeah.
Take a look out of starboard. Oh my God, it looks like a huge...
Pecker!
Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's...
Privates! We have reports of an unidentified flying object. It is a long, smooth shaft, complete with two balls.
What is that? That looks just like an enormous...
Wang, pay attention.
I was distracted by that enormous flying...
Willie.
Yeah. What's that? Well, it looks like a giant...
Johnson. Yes, sir. Get on the horn to British intelligence and let them know about this.
Ah!
yeah. And you've seen Dr. Evil. Like, you know his face, what it looked like, right?
The bald guy with the yeah.
Yeah, bald guy with the
Scarred eye,
Yeah, yeah. Looks just like fucking
Dr. No.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, okay.
Jeff, dude. All right, Dr. Evil.
Look up Dr. No.
Doctor who?
No.
It's the same fucking shit.
The very first James Bond movie.
Yeah, it's the same shit. That's what he's modeled after.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah.
They get into pointless arguments all the time. Oh, Iran's showing off their drone fleet with the Chinese in the fucking pulpit.
Are they halal?
Maybe.
What they run on? Olive oil.
Hopes and dreams.
Olive oil. What they run on? Hummus. Fucking foot bread.
Watching this video on X, Iran doing a military parade with their drones that look like shit we threw in the trash in the fucking 90s.
Hey, dude, and he's probably a lot better than the fucking the Ghana's fucking mech army.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Not in the slightest.
You don't think?
Fuck no. That mech army is fucking terrifying. That one fucking psycho. These drones like have hobby engines on them, like the hobbyists that fucking like make RC planes that actually fucking fly and do tricks and shit. Mm-hmm. Same shit. That's what they look like.
Yeah, well, these fucking idiots went to space in his penis fucking rocket, and a flight was like total of 11 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And once they got up to the edge of space, which allegedly V2 fucking rockets from Nazi Germany have flown higher than this fucking thing has.
Yeah.
For you guys that don't know, V2 fucking rockets were the first freaking cruise missiles developed in the freaking late 40s, almost shit.
Early 40s.
Early 40s. They didn't really start seeing some heavy action, I think, until like 46 and 47, somewhere in there.
The V2?
The V2?
No, bro. 42, 43,
42, 43?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were launching the buzz bombs and the V2s
Blitz.
into fucking Britain.
Into Britain.
When
They were part of the Blitz.
I don't know if they were part of the Blitz, but I think they might have come after.
They were the battle for Britain.
Yeah,
I
think they were after the battle for Britain. Like they kept bombing Britain with fucking
V2s.
With V2s. Yeah. With V1s and V2s.
Yeah. So these fucking rockets, man. So they had a fucking ceiling far higher than what these ladies went on.
And you're right to say allegedly, because they don't know how high they could have gone. They just went across the channel,
and it's allegedly because
right.
Every time they were fired, they were very seldom fired for test purposes, as much as they were fired like as a test purpose, but at a target, because they were developed while the war was already going on. So it was kind of one of those things like Like, we don't know how effective this weapon is going to be, but let's heave it at the bad guys anyways.
Right.
And we'll just fucking figure it out from there.
Yeah, and then back then they were unguided.
Yeah,
they had enough to know how long to burn the rockets and when to not burn the rockets so it would fall on Britain.
So they were guided by math.
Yeah.
So
yes.
It was strictly a mathematical equation of mass, energy, and freaking the weather. So, and a rough guesstimation at that. So, but in any case, these 6 fucking dum-dums went up into this freaking penis rocket, and they hovered around the top of this thing like pre-cum and didn't do shit once they got up to space, except for play with their phones and take selfies. And I guess Katy Perry sang a song, which nobody gives a fuck about. And she brought a fucking flower with her that she keeps fucking twirling around like she's high on fucking Molly. And
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, it's, I mean, because why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Go up in a rocket ship.
Yeah, you go on a fucking rocket ship, you don't have to fucking work any fucking toggles or nothing. Yeah, you fucking eat a handful of shrooms. You know, I don't know about you guys, but this is, I mean, it stands to reason, right? One thing goes with the other. If you're just going along for a ride, you might as well be stoned, right? Especially if you're going into space. But then they had that zero-G moment, which is actually incorrectly categorized because it's not technically zero-G. You're still falling. You're just falling at a lesser rate than the craft that you're in.
Yeah, but your body would feel it in zero gravity. Yeah.
Your body feels in zero gravity, kind of like the peak of a roller coaster, like just before you start going down. It's just that same feeling, but for a little bit longer. They experienced that for several minutes, and Katy Perry wasted most of that time just taking a selfie and recording her own fucking stupid face twirling a flower. Whatever was fucking stupid. Nobody really gives a shit about the flight. The problem is that when they landed, they pretended to be astronauts.
Yeah.
And that's when then people got ticked off. So the flight was fucking, it was already condescending and freaking just patronizing to have these broads fucking land like they had been gone and marooned in Saturn for fucking the last 6 months. But they got off this fucking aircraft, and that was fraudulent as fuck. First thing, the freaking capsule fucking hits the ground harder than a fucking Space Marine fucking drop pod. And for anybody, I'm a powerful old-time paratrooper. I've been freaking hitting the dirt like that. I hit the dirt like that 65 times through a career, 6 years, and fucking destroyed my knees. As a matter of fact, my knees are so fucked from jumping, I severely injured my left one while sleeping. This is so I'm well versed at how the earth fucking hits you, because that's what I choose to categorize. I didn't hit the planet hit me, and it fucking hurt me bad. So you see the impact. This freaking pod slammed into the earth and freaking like damn near made a mushroom cloud.
Yeah.
So unless they landed on baby powder fucking dust, like the ones that we had in Iraq and Afghanistan and whatever, dude, it hit it slammed,
bad.
Like it slammed. It slammed like a Humvee falling from the sky.
Like, I'm kind of surprised that thing didn't crack.
Like, dude, it slammed.
Ain't no way there was nobody. There was anybody in that.
So
fucking capsule.
none of those 7 hags that were in there, 6 of them, whatever the fuck, and 6 and 1 plushie and 2 flowers. There ain't no way them people were inside that freaking pod, because that pod hit, bro. And I mean,
yeah,
dude, like kapow,
yeah,
a ring of dirt, like a douche, like somebody dropped a container from a really high, from at least 50, 100 feet. That's what it looked like. Like somebody dropped a fucking ISU-90 container from like a height of about 100 feet and just let it slam into the ground without any lift assistance. Just fucking pow. That's how that thing hit. So unless that thing is covered in fucking Space Marine absorbent gel to save you from the impact of fucking landing on a drop pod or fucking self-collapsing seats, they hit about as hard as a fucking Black Hawk helicopter would have been hitting the ground fucking on its fucking tires if it would have fallen out of the sky. It hit pretty hard. It was, I looked at it, I was like, oh. I was like, that had to fucking hurt.
Yeah.
And not only did it not hurt, but then they opened the door from the inside, and then they did this fucking weird fucking thing where they were like, oh, let me fucking close the door, no, close the door, and then fucking back and forth, and they closed the door, and then Jeff Bezos came out with some fucking wrench that he doesn't know. It's a righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, I don't fucking know, and just fucking went in there and pretended to open the door that was already open. So then he bitched about that too and was like, oh shit, you guys didn't close the door right, you know, da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, dude, whatever, bro. So then they come out and they kiss the ground and all this other shit. That's still fine. All of that's still fine. Nobody has a fucking problem with that. It's annoying on the afterthought because then they go on this media tour and they're pretending like they flew this fucking thing. They're talking like they went through legit space training and flew this fucking rocket by themselves. When it's a fucking dude with a remote control, clearly a Marine, because he designed a penis fucking rocket and filled it with women, which is, I mean, duh. When do you get to put women inside of a dildo? You know that has USMC written all over it, man. So, we launched this thing, and they piloted this fucking thing. They fucking brought it back.
Right.
And now they're like on this media tour because they got to dress like the Fantastic Four for fucking half an hour. And now they're like, oh, we're fucking space fucking broads. And look at what we've created, the space for women. And And I'm like, I'm fucking sitting here looking at the pictures of those women that died in the Challenger.
Yeah.
The Columbia.
All the women that have gone through the space program in the last 50 years.
The one that went crazy to try to kill her freaking husband while wearing a diaper and all this other shit. Remember that one?
Nope.
Oh, bro. Yeah. She had fucking bad PTSD. She was an astronaut. Had fucking cheese slid off the cracker, man. And I think she killed her husband or tried to kill her husband with a fucking machete or some shit like that.
That's
and it went on a like, try to run from the authorities. And she was wearing a fucking space diaper and shit. Dude, it was fucking bonkers. But, I mean, dude, NASA and space research and stuff like that has always had a room for women.
Yeah.
And they've been pioneers.
A woman that just came out of space after 9 months in that motherfucker.
This broad was stuck. Because with her partner, male astronaut as well, they were stuck in space for 9 months.
Yeah.
She aged aggressively in those 9 months. She could barely walk from all that time being in zero G.
Yeah.
And the only reason she didn't get nowhere near the publicity that these freaking useless hacks fucking got was because Elon Musk was the one, his company was the one that performed the extract.
Right.
So nobody wants to give him any kind of publicity whatsoever, even if it's to fucking uplift an American hero that went to college. You know what I mean? Like, went through all the phases in life to get to this point. Like, this is a sacrifice existence. Holidays, birthdays, kids. You know what I mean? Fuck all these people that love me. They'll understand.
Yeah.
Taking the risk that you may never see them again. For a greater good. You know? But Katy Perry holding a fucking stupid flower.
All these brothers did, the only thing fucking Bezos accomplished was a much more monumentally more expensive zero-G flight.
Yep.
Planes do zero-G flights all the time for research purposes, for acting purposes. Actors have done zero-G flights. I remember the movie Apollo 11 with
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Thank you. With Tom Hanks. They went on a zero-G flight just so they could know what it was like to be in zero-G so they could act that shit out in the fucking movie. Zero-G flights happen all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. They don't cost much, maybe like a couple $100 for the fuel. No, now you're sending a rocket up to do the same goddamn thing for a couple $100,000.
But
and some bullshit publicity.
But was the predecessors of those zero-G flights shaped like a penis?
No, they're just normal planes.
See, that's what you don't get to ride on a dick every day, bro.
In a dick.
Inside of the penis, bro. And then have fucking Lex Luthor fucking let you out.
Yeah.
You know, like slow release jizz. You know.
Should have the hatch on the top just to make it more fucking.
They should have put the hatch on the top. I think that was an oversight. But the fucking, I mean, the writers are so fucking old. I mean, they had to put it on the side because none of them broads are.
Yeah, they're not climbing no damn ladders.
Not climbing off anything. But the thing is, they fucking acting like they're actual legit astronauts, and so space agencies have to literally debunk this shit.
Yeah.
On the news and say these women do not qualify as actual fucking astronauts.
No. No training, no space program, no research.
I forget what space agency fucking put it out, but there's a space agency that had to actually put out a press release to just set minds at ease that these women do not qualify as astronauts. Because they're over there like, they're saying that we just rode this thing, and it is not just a ride. It is a blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. It is a ride. You don't have any fucking toggles. You're not fucking doing anything. You're not pushing any fucking buttons or pulling any levers.
You're not flying the fucking thing.
You're not doing anything with this fucking thing. You're just there for the ride, enjoy it, and you didn't even do that. You spent the rest of the time fucking twirling a goddamn daisy in your fingers and taking selfies and looking at people with those crazy fucking goddamn fucking Siberian husky eyes. And it fucking nobody understands why the fuck you did it in the first place and what the fuck you doing here now. And why didn't that rocket just fucking continue the way it was going and never fucking come back? Which is what it should have done. Yeah. Should put more fuel on that fucking thing and just launched it. Maybe they'd have run into that poor dog the cosmonauts sent to fucking space way back in the day.
Yeah.
Because you know that doggy ate all its snacks immediately. So,
yeah.
It's a fucking dog.
It's a dog.
I was like, I was like, fuck. It's like, we coming back? Nope. So, I mean, it's that's probably the happiest thing that's happened the last few weeks. A lot of tragedy, a lot of grifting, a lot of nonsense, and also apparently,
at least this is just entertaining.
Yeah, this is just entertainment.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah,
it hurts the reputation of actual female astronauts.
It's literally the equivalent of
shit.
It's literally the equivalent of stolen valor by a person that's mentally disabled. So you just kind of look at them in the laundromat and go like, right, and just fucking continue to do your shit. You know. You had to call Don Shipley on it. It's all right. We all know they're not Navy SEALs. You know what I mean? That kind of shit.
Right.
And also, apparently, the freaking U.S. government released the information that they actually know how to master time and space and all this other shit. Like, there's a lot of shit coming out, bro. Like, zero gravity technology and shit like that is an actual thing, and they can manipulate time and space, and apparently that's what happened to Malaysia Flight 371 or whatever. And new video came out, and all this video came out of this fucking jet flying and disappearing and fucking out of thin air. And we'll probably do a little bit more research before we start talking on that, because
might as well just watch the Philadelphia experiment.
I mean, well,
so I've seen that movie.
Yeah, about fucking time.
Giving me shit.
Yeah. Probably seen a bunch of other fucking boring ass movies.
Boring? Not boring. Entertaining.
Whatever. We gotta get out of here because fucking it's time for fucking James to fucking go sit back on his charger and let's see. I don't have anything else, man.
Nah, that was a lie.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I brought up the shootings. So.
Yeah, no shit. So fucking be careful out there, y'all. Remember, violence, it definitely solves problems, but you shouldn't do it. Try talking shit out. And, for my black audience, please don't let these people fucking continue to drag you in the fucking just the direction of evil, Fucking stand up, do your research, pay attention to this shit. White people don't hate you like they're fucking saying they do. This ain't real. A lot of this shit is not real. Fucking people selling you wolf tickets. It's garbage. The nation is not as divided as they want to make it seem.
No.
They're not.
We're all suffering through the same bullshit.
We're fucking looking at it and we're just fucking incensed over it. We just cannot fucking stand it. So don't fucking play into it. Don't let it ruin your day. like it ruined fucking mine because I just wanted to fucking punch shit. But just take it with a grain of salt. Do your research. Fuck yeah. Give us a like and a follow. Don't forget Uncle James and his Taco Diaries. He'll have more. We'll try to do that as a regular segment. Just put some funny into the podcast every time we record. So y'all take it easy. See y'all in a few weeks.
Let me ask you, so what do you think would happen to him if he came back to this country? As your understanding of immigration laws, what do you think would happen?
But I'm just asking
it's important to know.
About whether
you're asking a lot of questions.
The president,
you are all asking a lot of questions about this, and you all seem to care about it a lot. So let's see if any of you have researched anything about this issue at all. Can anyone here tell me what would happen to the illegal alien from El Salvador if he came back to the United States? Does anyone here know? Does anyone want to guess? Any of you?
He could be with his family.
Do you know the difference between a deportation order and a withholding order? Do you know the difference? Any of you, please. Do you?
Well, we're not in the government.
But you couldn't even spend 72 hours over the weekend learning the distinction, even though you've been writing and talking about it this whole time. What I'm getting from this conversation, which is educational for me, is that not one person in the media knows the difference between a deportation order and a withholding order. Is that a fair statement? You're learning about this all for the first time right now? I guess so. Okay. So the deportation order means the judge has said he must be deported from the country. He has no right to remain here any longer. He must be removed from the country. So his only options are to be deported to his home country or another country. That's it. There's no other option. He doesn't get to stay here. He doesn't get to live here. He has no future here. He has no right to be here. He's an illegal alien. So when you keep saying return, because you've been spun up by the open borders advocates, you all seem to be operating under the illusion that he would be able to come to the United States and just continue to live here illegally. That's not an option available to him. His only choices in life are to live in El Salvador or to live in another country. That's it. There's no other option, legally or otherwise, because he came to our country illegally. Do you understand that? He would be arrested. Okay. He'd be put in confinement. He would be deported the second time to El Salvador again, because there's no withholding order for an alien who's a member of a foreign terrorist organization, number one. Number two is the gang that he's a member of doesn't exist in El Salvador anymore. So what you're asking for is to be deported twice. But additionally, if we chose to just pretend that the withholding order was real, he would be deported to a different country. So, for example, he could be deported to Egypt. So I'm just trying to understand, is it your view, in other words, you define a country that would be willing to take a MS-13 member from El Salvador. So I'm trying to understand from you all is, so if he came back and under our laws, he was then deported to Egypt or to Somalia, would you then be saying, great, I'm so glad that you deported him to another country? Is that what you'd all be saying?